Welcome back to the studio, everybody. This is Bobby. On deck today, I've got this Dr. Doom statue from Wicked 3D. Continuing my year of the villains. This is the infamous villain from the Fantastic Four. Always loved this character with the metal and the cape. And oh yeah, let me tell you, this thing has got a cape. So anyway, let's get into it. Normally I like to show a few pieces being prepped, but in this case, this statue is like 1/3 cape. Like from here over is cape. That's all gonna be one thing, and the rest we're just gonna get it out of the way for right now, and we're gonna focus on getting this cape done. So the first thing to do was figure out which pieces went where on this thing, and after I got that worked out, it was all about hiding the seams. And let me tell you, it was just a lot of sanding, and I did some putty work here. There was a misprint at the bottom edge. I had to rebuild the cape a little bit, and filling the seams, hiding gaps. It was just a whole lot of back and forth, sanding and filling and sanding. And
many unbearable hours later. 2,000 years later.
I love those SpongeBob time cards. Anyway, finally got that done, so now we can move on to priming and painting. And I like to work from the bottom up, so I'm going to start with the base coats on the base. With the base coats complete, I added a little bit of black wash to kind of darken everything down. Next, I'm going to use this Army Painter Uniform Gray with the dry brush to brighten everything back up. And now I want to add some of this blue wash to the rocks. I'm going to be adding some brown wash as well. And basically just want to add a little bit of variation in the gray at this point so that it's just not so flat and boring gray. It's going to take a little while for these washes to dry, so let's move on to some base coating of the character parts with the chrome on his metal bits. And back over on the rocks, I'm going to use some of this deck tan here, just on the highest spots to bring them back to life, and to help kind of unify the rocks a little bit. Now that they got some variation in them, it's time to tie them all back together again. And the deck tan does a great job of that. I'm going to use this matte black from Army Painter to tidy up around the chrome. For the darkest green, I'm using this olive green from Vallejo Model Air. And Army Painter Angel Green for my midtone. For his torso, I'm going to be working light to dark. And for his kilt and his cape, I'm going to be working dark to light. And hopefully I'll be meeting in the middle. And I'm going to use this Army Painter Leather Brown on his big leather cummerbund. Going back to work on the base, I'm applying a bit of this Vallejo Chrome to the plinth in between all these little rocks and bits. And I want the plinth to be the same shiny chrome as Dr. Doom, so that there's a little bit of balance from top to bottom on the statue. I need to do a quick bit of masking before applying the wash to the low spots in the kilt. I don't want any overspray on the chrome, so I give that a quick taping and some plastic wrap to get that all covered up. So with the wash, I went into the low spots in the kilt and followed the shadows on his torso, around the abs and his chest and stuff, under his arms and around the belt, just to give everything some nice shadows and really kind of push the darkness a little farther. I'm going to use the olive green from Model Air to kind of follow the ridges along the big ass cape I got here. I wanted to leave the black sort of down in the deepest parts, and so I'm basically just going to be going over the cape, kind of following the highest spots, starting with the darkest color, and work my way up through a midtone and highlight. Over here under the desk lights, you can really see the contrast in the highs and lows and how it accentuates the geometry of the cape, really brings it to life. I'm really happy with how this turned out, so I'm going to spray this with some matte varnish and lock it all down. I'm using this flat brown from Vallejo on his big leather cummerbund with a small dry brush, and basically just keep brushing it until it looks leathery, like that. I'm going to use this bright gold from Army Painter to paint his medallion thingies on his chest, his chesticles. I'm going to make those nice and shiny gold. I'm also going to use the bright gold on the plinth and on the shield on the base. There's all this kind of filigree pattern, and I deserve to be a bright gold. And I'm using this brass from Vallejo for the buckles and the little metal loops on his belt. And for the ropes, kind of crisscrossing his sides there, I decided to go with this tan yellow from Vallejo. It's a little bright, but I knew I was going to be adding a wash to it to kind of darken it down and accentuate those little knots of rope with this sepia wash that I'm going to apply next. For his collar, I started with a fur brown from Army Painter with a dry brush. I wanted to give it a little bit of a fade. I ended up going a little heavier than I thought I should with this off-white. It ended up covering up a lot of that fur brown, but it's okay. I'm happy with how it turned out. You kind of barely see it, but it's all right. And to finish the chrome, I'm using this Tamiya panel liner to help separate and really break up all this detail, this really awesome geometry that is getting lost in the chrome and getting lost in the shine of this armor. The panel liner will help separate it and bring it all out. The portrait does have a tiny bit of skin in there, so I'm going to use this brown rose in his eye sockets and just to kind of base coat the skin with a little bit of a warmer tone. And I'm going to use this Barbarian Flesh from Army Painter in the high spots just for the mid-tone of the skin. Deck Tan for the whites of the eyes. I put the head back on the body to make it a little easier to pinpoint exactly where I wanted the iris and the pupil to be. For the iris color, I chose this blue-gray from Vallejo. And after I got the iris in there and got the pupil in there, of course, the last step was to add a bit of this premium gloss varnish from Vallejo to the eyes, and then we'll be done with this. After a final inspection, everything looks good to go. I'm pretty happy with this, so let's get Dr. Doom assembled. And that's my Dr. Doom. Thanks for hanging out and watching me paint this statue. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you would probably enjoy a lot of my other videos on my channel because they are very, very similar. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and you'll be notified when I am online painting. I stream all my paint sessions, and feel free to jump in the chat and ask me a question or tell me a joke. It's a good time just hanging out and painting and chatting. So until then, and until next time, as always, take it easy.